Hello everybody, I'm here from the Hammer Game channel. Welcome back to the New Order, the Last Days of Europe, and to my Siberian Free Territory playthrough. In the last episode we did unify Eastern Russia. We are about to push into the Republic of Kazakhstan and defeat them once for all. We're 75 days away from doing that. So the army is just on the move to that front now. Meanwhile, the Provisional Commissariat of Western Russia and the West Siberian Republic are still continuing to go at it, which is interesting, but we'll see what happens with that. We have come so far. Oh yes, and also despotism is gone. Anarchists have won. Once our government was seen as a mere warlord, holding on to a scrap of Russian land, we can now assert ourselves as a proper nation on the world stage. Have made it into the final basket of cans to reunify Russia. Our country can stand proud of its accomplishment and look to the road ahead with determination. Yes, we have done proud to, well, Mother Anarchy proud, rather. Yep, special effects of all wonders shall be removed. That's a shame, but that's okay. They have outlived their use, and we still got some pretty decent stuff in there anyways. So right now, we are doing the second test. Now, there is one little issue we're going to have, and yeah, dealing with the snakes in our garden. That's not great. Black Army in shambles. We'll probably work down this straight away. Now, we are still 2 years away. Actually, no, we're not. We're only a year and a bit away from doing the final kind of fight, really. Scavenging the ruins. So we're deep in the woodlands of Siberia. Yuri Glanskov wandered. He trembled, his naked body recoiling against the falling snow. He was stripped of all his possessions, save for a singular lantern. Radiating in dim light above him, a pale white eye watched him from a black starless sky. Without direction or purpose, Yuri stumbled forwards. The forlorn forest swayed in the frigid wind, but Yuri's hair remained still. The air sung a song, a call. It was inviting. It felt like home. It felt good. The shaking stopped. Suddenly he existed outside of the element. Snowflakes made their home in his skin, refusing to melt. What in hell is this? Oh, he's having a dream. It's a dream. He's just having a weird dream. That's fine. What they can never take away from us. Stepanov went to great lengths to muddy the waters of what is anarchism, what isn't. His sweeping authoritarian decrees and actions made our citizens question what anarchism even is. The situation was made worse by the fact that most citizens didn't and still don't know what anarchism actually is. Our guiding hand, Yuri Glanskov, will make a speech outlining the basic fundamental rights of a man and the core tenets of anarchism, hopefully sparking a discussion on the ideology and helping our citizens to understand what their rights are in the free territory. Speaking to a shaken people. So we've got our attachment to the liberty. A lot of these only take 14 days. Actually, I think the majority take 4. Well, we've got 28 days for these ones, but there's less of them. So our attachment to liberty. Make our message clear. Good. Find its footing. Lesson Stepanov's coup. Just a bit of an... Okay. A communal spirit. We have seen failure and persevered, rather. Place of new emphasis on ruralism. Pull back the curtain. Okay, right. We are going to have a lot of bloody reading. That's what's good. A state is not but a tool for the power to beat down the weak, a tool for the rich to steal from the poor, a tool for the hateful to oppress the hated, a tool for the powerful to acquire more power. As long as such an apparatus exists, the people will suffer. That's why the Black Army will never accept such a thing. We'll reject the fascists, the communists, the Democrats, and all others who advocate for a state, whether big or small. We'll fight all those who try to institute their authoritarian ways on us. The free territory will remain free. Division defense plus 10. Good, right, let's do that. Your coat, companion Glanskov. Yev draped Yuri in a coat of bearskin, one far too large for a man of his stature. The revolutionary looked straight on, his mind elsewhere. Yev circled from his back and stood in front of him. She strained to find Yuri inside of his eyes. Her face dropped. Yuri, I understand you're torn. She placed her wrinkled hands on his chest. You've come too far now. You have to speak to them. I know you will. You will always do the right thing, Yuri. You aren't him. The phrase struck a chord with Yuri. His face twitched slightly. Thank you, companion Taratuta. Yuri pulled the coat tighter around himself as he moved the door to the balcony. Yuri gripped the doorknob before he even stepped out. Yuri could hear the cheers. He sung his name, demanding to see companion Glanskov defend the revolution against the snake general Stepanov. Yuri took in a deep breath, turned the knob, and stepped out into the brisk morning air. Yuri nodded politely as he waited for the roaring applause to end. It felt different. This was the treatment fascists received in SARS invade. Why was he here? The answer was in the admiration of the people below him. They chose him. They trusted him. Yuri was not to let them down. Companions, he called. Today we pass the second test. With our combined might we topple the authoritarian states of Siberia. We have left them battered and bruised, yet we must remain vigilant. It is time to build our own anarchy, free from the state, inside and out of our territory. Yuri found his footing, continuing to rally the people to his side as he laid out the core message of the anarchist movement. If only for a moment, the weight of fear lifted from his shoulders. Yes, we do have a lot of work ahead. We are 49 days from war now. We're 52 days from integrating all of the territory. This is good. We're doing good. Hopefully we might be able to actually link up peacefully again, which would be fantastic if we could do that. Yeah, do you guys actually want to get over to the front? Taking your time. Again, we are out in the middle of the bloody tundra, really. Nothing out there. That's only got a capacity of 600. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 600. You go in there. You guys in here. Right, there we go. Yep, I forgot Sudan's in a war right now. I'm still an idiot. Right, there we go. Ah, finally, we resolved it. Right, the Great Steep. Good, good, good. Got plenty of political power. How is our disdain of tyrants? Good, good, good. Dealing with snakes in our gut. Actually, maybe we don't want to do this right now because we are about to go to war soon. Let's do our attachment to liberty. If we wish to remain a free people in a free territory, we must be prepared to deal with those who would take away our freedom. For there are numerous. Warlords on every border seek to oppress us. For there are none like us, and beyond them lie even greater threats in Germany and Japan, whose terrible might can be seen in Moscow and Beijing today. Every man and woman should be prepared to take up arms in defense of our way of life, should this situation demand it. For should they not, we will be surely lost. No, anarchism, we're here to stay. We are here to stay. We have some good stuff, actually. I'm really happy with what we've got. Our division defense is pretty ridiculous. What are we producing that's outdated? Ah, the howitzer. Let's go ahead and upgrade you. Oh, we'll actually go ahead and upgrade the fighters as well now. Basic jet CAS. The Sukhoi. How many divisions have you got? Doesn't look like you have many. 11 to 13. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. The deliberations of a man with everything. Okay, come and see me in a talent like hell. Figures that should pierce into silence. Oh, okay. Interesting. Right, anyways, make our message clear. Despite our best efforts, most people still don't really know what anarchism is. Most of our citizens can't even bring themselves to think of lands any farther than those immediately bordering their communes. This is something that has become rapidly apparent to Glazkov, and he has spoken with more and more residents of the Free Territory, inspired by the ignorance he witnessed. He has written and published a book with his views and opinions of others, of anarchism, what it actually is in the Free Territory, in the hope of making the ideology more clear to the average reader. We will fund schools to educate the people on anarchist theory. Our academic-based societal development will improve, and we'll get the event room for improvement. Are we ready for war? 21 days. Increase civilian research. Oh, we can do whatever the hell we want now without having to worry about any despotism coming off. Nice. So I'll go ahead and do military. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, okay, let's talk. Yes, I'll give you manpower, experience. Oh, my days. Yes, we'll do everything in our power. Yes, yes, just Come on, support the motion. I was wondering what this was, but it is every time we do one of these, basically people will speak out against it. Yeah, you're losing, aren't you? Losing big time. Oh, the Iberian War. I completely forgot that was ongoing. Phalangulist. Spain. Gibraltar Dam Zone. I take it that's just Spain finished with in here. Room for improvement. Young friendship between young minds. Doesn't look like anything really happens from doing that, so I'm not going to bother reading it. So we'll stand shoulder to shoulder, our freedom must be protected. Oh no, we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder. Your commune is your home and the communes around you are your neighbours. One should always remember that the fellow citizens in the free territory are anarchists just like them and shouldn't ever be seen as the enemy, regardless of race, religion or anything else. Instead, the average citizen should turn his attention to the General Assembly. Though it is an apparatus through which all citizens are to be represented, such power could easily be abused if a party or coalition gained too many seats. Watch for the enemy of statism, not your fellow man. Yes, we're going to do that. Anything that goes against getting our popularity changed is something we will not choose. Ah, okay, nope, Spain is not finished. They're going to just invade everyone now. That's 10 years in advance. Yes, we're not going to be doing that. I take it this mod eventually is going to go on to 1990. Which, can I just say, is very bloody ambitious. And just think how many games would actually reach the end without thermonuclear war blowing up. Okay, wow. Just simultaneously declare war on all of them. I guess that's kind of help even it out a little. Because they guys do not have many divisions. Oh, I was going to say who the hell's declaring war on us, but we're declaring war on someone. Let's go, boys. Nothing. Oh, their capital's right on our border. Grand. Let's bloody go, boys. We've got air superiority, we've got everything we could possibly need. I was gonna say, I might actually even overrun some of these guys, but one thing we definitely will have to do is actually build up our army. We should probably be getting on to doing that once we have finished with Kazakhstan here. Which doesn't look like it's going to be an issue, really, defeating them. Lessons from Stepanov's coup. It has been a long road to get where we are today. It's been almost a decade since the Siberian Free Territory came into existence, and almost 2 since we fled east during the Second World War. And yet only a few months since Stepanov's coup changed us, yet again forever. The world is changing so rapidly, and yet it feels like Russia and the people within haven't changed at all. Discounting the bitterness so many now feel, all we can do is continue trying to learn and trying to adapt to this strange new world. That is true. Finding his footing. Yuri Glanskov, shadowed by a large entourage of his closest companions, strode down the street. If one could ever call the dirt path such a thing. Probably wondering why I dragged you out here. Valentiv told me I needed to get out more. Yuri began to chuckle before even completing his tale. That I was losing touch. So here we are. He threw his arms into the air. Yuri knocked on the door to the decrepit shack 3 times and placed his hand on his hip. He waited. His clique crowded in the rickety wooden porch. No answer came. Yuri knocked again, and this time harder. No response. But a sigh turned around to depart when the door hovel swung open. Who the hell are you? The man's eyes went. Companion Glasgow. What are you doing here? King Greeton got a hearty laugh out of Yuri, who turned back to the door and extended his hand to the man. Spoken like a true Russian. Good evening, companion. I hope we didn't disturb you. The bewildered elderly man shook his head as he stammered out an answer. No, I wasn't expecting someone like you to be here tonight. Yuri was his eyebrow. A man such as myself. Companion, I am only a man myself. I have contributed no more to this territory than you have. However, I always strive to do all that I can for this community. So tell me, Yuri smiled, the first genuine one in some time. What can I do for you? Damn, Yuri's getting out there and trying to, well, just do his thing, really. Decentralization. Centralized anarchism. We've decided to weaken the General Assembly. We have decided to strengthen our. That is a decision right there. That is a hefty decision to make. I take it we've knocked them down. They've only got 92,000 in our army. Then again, ours isn't actually that big either. Oil crisis erupts. Ha 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 ha. Unlucky lads. Oh, yeah, Phalange of Spain's definitely going to win this, but that oil crisis is not going to be helping. I don't know if Galicia... Oh, they get it as well, so they're on equal footing. Free dockyards. It's not really something I actually need. That's cool. Taking a step back. Yuri, you cannot be serious. Yeah, bellowed, following behind Glasgow as he marched down the halls of the General Assembly. Valentin not far behind. Yuri continued on briskly to the main meeting room of the Assembly, his oversized coat almost flying off him as he marched it to his destination. I'm not doing this to spite you, Yev. This is a decision long in the making, not simply on a whim. I've always been wary of the General Assembly. Nothing can stop another stepping off from arising. Valentin hastened his pace and stopped in front of Yuri, grabbing him by the shoulders. Companion Glasgow, I can't let you do this. I understand where you are coming from, but I can assure you that devolving power further down is not going to make anyone's life easier. The General Assembly is fine as it is. Yuri shrugged Valentin's hands off him and began to formulate a retort, but Yev raced next to Valentin and put her hands on his chest. Yuri, please, I know you're just trying to do what you think is right, but consider the implication before we act. This will make assisting those who need it the most even harder. Yuri took a step back, letting his friend's hands fall down to her sides. He furrowed his brow and stared at the pair before him. The General Assembly was too powerful for its own good, but maybe they posed a solid argument. Yuri shifted his weight, troubled by the conundrum. Oh, there's no such thing as harmless power. De facto leader unit has become that organization too has the potential to oppress. The vote of the smaller and more rural in General Assembly has the potential to override the larger and more. Just to bear minimum. Well, we are firm in our belief that anarchism is both its vital. Do you know what? I will fight against tyranny no matter where. Yes, there's no such thing as harmless power. Yuri is the boy. Right? Nobody can stand in his way. And holy crap, guys, we're actually going to be able to get tanks out in a minute. I'm actually going to make a flippin' armoured division. Oh my days. It's a beautiful day for us as we're continuing to win that war, as we can see in the background. It's going good. Oh, there we go. West Siberian Republic better not jump on into this as well. They shouldn't be able to. Not straight away anyways. I have the upper hand, you fools. Support artillery, engineer companies, signal companies, motorized recon, and anti-tank. Actually, not anti-tank. Support and air. Actually, no, none of that. Just that. MBT. Let's bloody go. The anarchist MBTs. That's what we're going to call it. Anarchists. Oh my gosh, dude. Anarchist MBT. There we go. Ho ho. Right, we're not going to produce any right now. I have edited you to what I want. Yeah, I have. Good, 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 good. Implement in motion, that's fine, that's fine. Let's go ahead and put some more factories onto these boys. How many men have we lost in this? 11,000, we killed 92,000. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, okay, Phalange of Spain is really just mopping everything up now. I'm sorry, the who? Who the hell are you? Authoritarian socialism, okay. On your own in the wind. And first, let's just start on our focus. Our communal spirits. The genius of our communal system is not only the guarantees of political, religious, and economic freedom, but also the unity it provides our nation. Though our communes vary greatly in size and ethnic composition, we are all united in our dedication to the cause of anarchism. Having all lived in the communal system for several years, it is doubtful that there are any among us who truly wish to return to the barbaric, exploitative, and imperialist governments of old. Let us celebrate the communal spirit, that which has brought us peace and prosperity. More core defense. Sergei bumped his foot against the rotting wooden floor. He grimaced looking out the window by the fireplace, of course. Outside, snow fell like tears from the weeping god. Perhaps God was brought to tears by the past 20 years. Could he blame him? Sergei knew his god was not only all-powerful, but also a caring god. One who wanted each and every one of his children not to only survive but thrive. Certainly no people had suffered more than those who traversed life hand in hand with God. Even if God was enraged or mournful, whatever, his frozen tears did little to help. The storm was terrible. The whole house could be buried. Best to not think about it. Sergei shut the blinds and turned around. Another storm was brewing. Went inside his own house. Sergei's wife cradled his youngest son. Only his oldest fiddled with the radio. His second son sitting adjacent. They had called out for relief hours ago, but no single came. Sergei added another log to the fire, just to distract himself. Sergei's oldest son threw the headphones off his head. Nobody's listening. There's no point in this. The young man marched off to his corner of the room. Sergei's wife shot him a worried look, even if his son was overreacting. The prospect of being trapped in the wilderness with 3 boys was horrifying. As if on cue, the radio crackled to life. Sergei, did you call out for help? I'm near. Right, more drastic measures. Gosh, we are about to absolutely criticize of previous regimes. I don't know if we want to bloody do that. Of previous regimes, we should be getting them taken care of. Soft attack plus 50%. Oh, not bad. What an interesting wee rise up this is from Horatio Fernandez Inguanzo. Out of nowhere. Doesn't have the oil crisis, which is good for him. Not bad at all. Oh crap, I'm gonna get that my Germany playthrough. Yeah, that is a dick. That is a hell of a big dick. That's oh gosh, that's bad. Glasgow was embark on a tour of the Free Territory in the hopes of not only expanding his own horizons, but also an attempt to connect with the people of these communes. Our citizens are so diverse and widespread that it can be difficult to get a good view of what the people's opinions and thoughts are. The tour of the nation has provided incredibly popular with the people, with several communes preparing large and elaborate celebrations for his arrival. We have seen failure and persevered. The Free Territory will survive. Fighting for your home with fighting for our home. Bridging a gap. Keep your head down, they don't know. Keep your head high though, they're not hunting you down. What's this? Okay, yeah, I'm not interested in that one. Right, so... we are still pushing forward, right? I think we are. Yeah, we are. Can we get Boris here to join up with us peacefully? Peacefully. We really are going to have to pump out divisions though. He's got 64. More divisions. Let's go, boys. $150,000 we've killed. Right, we've upgraded our fighters once again. Let's get the Sukhoi Su-17. Yeah, smile. Place a hand on Yuri's leg as their vehicle jerked up and down in the bumpy Siberian territory. You have nothing to be worried about, Yuri, she said with a laugh. This should be right up your alley. Yuri produced a half smile in response. He watched out the window. All of Siberia passing him by. It was so large, Siberia. Although one could find populated cities dotted around the land, there was so much empty, so much potential, was how he put it years ago, standing in the Kansk Assembly Hall. Yev nudged him, shaking him free of his thoughts. Yuri looked to her and gave her a wider smile. You flatter me, Yev. You could teach these people just as well as I could. Sure I could, she patted his leg, but they don't want me, Yuri. They want you. Yuri's stomach churned at the statement. Stepping off the truck in the middle of the Istikim commune, Yuri was not greeted by the usual suspects. People did not rush out to meet him, chant his name and sing his praises. No, instead, the commune carried on as it always did. Only a few even recognizing companion Gladskov. Yuri could feel a smile forming. It was so rare just to see anarchy in action, to see people go about their days as they wanted to. No restrictions or commands from a central authority. Yev had to ruin it. She called the people around them, asking for their attention. Small crowd, mostly just people curious of the commotion, began to grow around him. Yuri bit his lip to keep his smile in place. Duty calls, he supposed. This was only the first commune of many he'd visit. He had a long month ahead of him, undoubtedly. But if he got to see anarchy in action at every stop, as he did here, it might just be worth it. Companions, what do you know of anarchism? That's bloody fantastic. Well, in the past, the General Assembly military had placed a great deal of importance in the bridging the urban-rural divide in the Free Territory. Glanskov has come to the conclusion that said divide actually helps to strengthen the free territory. General Assembly assumed that the greater level interconnection between urban and rural communes would allow resources each are suited for to spread more easily between the two types of commune. Gunskov instead argues that such trade actually works to weaken smaller rural communes. Smaller communes won't need to grow larger if urbanized communes can provide the resources they need. Thus, by eliminating trade between the two, you encourage smaller communes to grow larger. Fighting for a better tomorrow. 10 output, our agricultural societal development book, and to improve. Oh, Spain's continuing to unify the nation once again. Come on, guys. I want this war to bloody finish. We're doing it basically the whole episode, just plodding along. They mustn't have much left, like 12 divisions, yeah. In the shadow of the valley, it seemed Yuri as if the spats inside the economic ministry were the most petty, stupid things he had witnessed in his admittedly limited experience in administration. Sorry through the letters, he chuckled at the worst ones. Okay, yeah, I'm not bothered about that really. Grand opportunity for the freshly liberated. The Far East is full of monarchists, statists, Nazis, and far more. Their wicked ideologies have turned the region into one of the most worst in all of Russia. Citizens under constant watch from the government, police thugs taking what they want and hurting whoever opposes them. Most of all, people put into camps for having different opinions. We must do all we can to help these sorry individuals. We will provide food, water, shelter, and a commune to live in. In time, they will surely become productive members of society once more, and a living monument to what the state can do for people. Oh no, we lose defence on core territory. No! Oh no, what a terrible shame. It takes it back down to 5. That's fine. That is actually an insane amount of men we have killed. Yeah, so you're on your own. You've not really got the air support now. Not that we're, actually going to need it. Yeah, because these guys are about to get down to Aktau. Oh, we don't even need to get there. Nice long border we got though. Very long border. Once you get 4 batches of 12 into production, just get them all out. Show them our success. Anarchism has been proven as an ideology. The free territory has been wildly successful in every sense of the word. Our communal economy is booming, our borders are secure, and people's rights are protected. However, we are even ever conscious of our flaws and invite criticism and discussion of the ideology. We'll invite ideologues who aren't in support of anarchism to give us their thoughts on why they don't support it and what they would argue is a better system. Above all else, we encourage this discussion so that our people and the world at large will see that anarchism is a valid ideology. We'll lose some stability about to get production efficiency cap and defense on core territory again. Both sides of the story. We will anarchism. It's just going to be glorious. It's beautiful. Oh, Iraq's now into a civil war. Ah, the world. Flanges victory in Spain. Does that get them a tree, or are they just kind of lingering around now, just in control of Iberia? Actually, they're not even in control of Iberia. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do anything. Just have the oil crisis. Does the Americans even? Do they suffer from it as well? Yeah, crap. The whole world must be suffering from the oil crisis. See, I like that with a mod. I like the whole world getting affected by something. It just takes everyone down a peg or two. Like, see in the Great War Redux, when you get the influenza pandemic, everybody is suffering from that. Every last bloody nation near enough. It's a global pandemic, obviously. And this is obviously another kind of global pandemic, but not in terms of like a virus or a disease. It's just the fact that the oil prices have just completely exploded, I think, is what's happened. With the recent crash of the ENI oil company, oil prices worldwide are undergoing a period of rapid fluctuation, and the resultant strife throughout the world has threatened to crash the global market as a whole. So yeah, basically economies are just in danger right now. Though we have rooted out Stepanov and his personal circle of allies, there remain many spores of him, or at least his ideas in the Black Army. In fact, as a whole, the Black Army has become far more authoritarian and statist in recent years, taking liberties in government and war that would not have been acceptable a number of years ago. We should inform the General Assembly of this fact and work to reform the army, because the way that the army is currently operating is unacceptable, especially if we wish to remain a true anarchist state. So Black Army chaos. Oh god, here we go. Both sides of the story. Oh no. What is this? Some will die, but if they mean racially pure utopia, then it's untold. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. Get him out of here. We're not having that in, you know, our anarchist state. Not having fascists kicking around. No, thank you. You can get in the bin. Get in the bin. Oh, wow, you can actually get a promotion. I'm sorry, did I just say the Iraq Republic bet the Iraq Republic? Oh, it must be the Islamic Republic. That's what I see. In the Republic. That is fine. That is fine. Glad we don't suffer from the oil crisis. Hehehehe. But unlucky to everybody else that is currently... Oh, yep, they do have it. I'm actually looking forward to playing China when I get around to it. Objection! Yuri slammed his hands on the table. Oh gosh, that's a lot of reading. Let's have a wee look at the choices. So, emancipating themselves, which General Assemblies, that improves it. As the people commands, Yuri acts. Emancipating themselves. Having brought to the General Assembly a list of several hundred of the worst offenders in the Black Army, those who abuse their power by demanding tribute from communes, threatening military force against innocents, and even inciting violence on some occasions, we demand justice. We expected that their crimes would be repaid, preferably through firing squad. The General Assembly gives a different response. We argue that killing these men was immoral, and we set a bad precedent. Glanskov agreed. So from here on out, these men will be serving as unpaid labour in free territory, doing all the manual work needed in the army. Ha 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 ha. I think that's good. Because this one will just have been take out, back, and shot. So, Black Army Chaos. It's not great. And that's going to further destroy it. Towards a professional army. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to do a citizens army. We're going to go for the professional. Oh, I didn't even do pull back the curtain. Fighting to prove a point. Hell yeah, we're fighting to prove a point. Proving a point that anarchism is the way of life. That's what we're going for here, guys. Doing this for mother bloody anarchy. Plop and you boys on there. No, on there. Sorted. Next general, who is going to see some action? Yeah. I am going to try and... Oh yes, we got more territory. That's great. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. But we will try and do the unification talks again. I will always try to extend the olive branch to nations when we're doing this Russia, kind of as a Russian nation anyways. We've made great progress in dismantling the status structure and removing those who would move us in the direction of a state, yet there remains a great question on what to do with the Security Council. Certainly a logical step to take if one wishes to completely and totally abolish any trace of government. However, the Security Council offers a lot of benefits and we shouldn't be so quick to dismantle it. Though we loathe to admit it, the apparatus is great for organising the army and making tough decisions when it's warranted. Destroying it may hurt the safety of the Free Territory, yet if we don't destroy it, we can truly consider ourselves anarchists. Black Army in shambles goes away and starting from scratch. As you command. Wriggled her hands, her head resting against a frozen steel frame of a vehicle. She didn't know much about Magadan. she had never been. In truth, she had only heard of it in passing. She knew it was a port city, former home of some of the Russia's worst. She would have loved to go had it been on her record. Stepanov. Stepanov's dead, he's not. Earning their liberation. Yes, they will earn their liberation. Ha 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 ha. Factory output and resource gain efficiencies up. Good, I'm pleased with that. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave that episode there, and basically I think the next episode will be the finale for this playthrough. So until next time, guys, take care, cheer bye, the now.